Good.
I got my test results back and it says my thing is low.
I can't hear you.
It says my thing is low where I need more protein. Let me get on TikTok right quick. Oh, you can say it.
All right. We're gonna see. Speak to me again.
He still can't hear him.
Anything?
He can't hear him.
I don't know. I don't know. I can't hear you. We can't hear you on this end, so that's what I'm saying. We're gonna have to get on here and just test some things out, cause I don't know, man. Uh, so TikTok, Facebook, Twitch. What should I go through? It's there's some way that I can be able to. I'll have to look into it to where they can hear you as well. So that's the problem that I'm having. So I'm wondering if it's because I have my audio set to where. Nah. Uh, right. I got you. What's wrong with you? All right. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull you up and just have your volume on the TV here.
Now you can hear him.
Can you hear him? Can you hear him over there?
Can you hear me over there?
Yes.
Do I need to speak in Puerto Rico?
You need to speak in Puerto Rico.
A little bit.
All right, so that's what I'm gonna do. Hold up, where's the remote? I'm gonna turn you up. We're gonna fix this like some old school shit, and then I'll figure it out later because I'm tired of battling with this.
We're going back to our shit
I need the remote. I need the remote.
But there's no
for 18
batteries in this
years.
one.
It's too much. We're going back to our shit.
Anyway, what a great week in wrestling.
I don't think there's batteries in that.
Where's the remote at?
Take these back.
Put it in there. Well, I don't need these. We're gonna figure this out tomorrow. You need to get on here with me so we can figure this out because this is severely pissed me off. And for anybody that's watching, if they've had these issues, trust me, I just want to sling all this shit off my desk right now.
You don't realize how much you paid for it all.
All right.
Good?
Can you hear?
Woosah.
Can you hear
Woosah.
Mr. KS pretty well?
Woosah, mother sucker. Woosah.
You can hear him.
Good.
You can hear him.
We can hear you. Here we fucking go.
Hey. Can we clap? Yeah. Everybody clap. Everybody clap.
I believe in Joe Hendry.
In about 20 minutes, she's going to wish she couldn't hear me.
Man, I'm telling you.
I tell you, blame Hulk Hogan, bro. It's all Hulk Hogan.
It's Hulk Hogan's fault for being at the RNC this weekend, doing the whole thing. It's his fault.
It's his fault. Might as well throw Dana White in there too. Blame him.
Dana White's fault. You know, just the whole KO.
The whole TKO. And
The whole
now
TKO.
People gonna stop watching WWE. AEW is the best now because I don't know. Insert wrestling sitting there.
Right. That makes sense.
Well, look at that. Look at what that. I don't know if is that towards me or towards you.
I don't know, but
Appreciate you.
Thank you. Can you come teach us how to run Streamlab so we can have the volume and they can hear him on the end, so I don't have to have my TV volume blasting at 75.
This is why I don't listen to stream. I mean, why I don't use Streamlabs.
It works amazing, but there's got to
Yeah,
be a
when
way.
it works, it works amazing when it works.
There's a way to where I've got to be able to bring your audio in while they can still hear me because I've got my mic going through. It doesn't matter. We're live. We're good for now. Fuck it.
It's all good. You know, at the end of the day, nobody else cares but us. You know what I'm saying?
That's
We don't
true.
want to. So how was your week been? Have you got enough craziness between shootings of potential presidential candidates
It's
over showing up? It's a great place. People died. I mean, we lost about 30 celebrities this week.
right. Like, what is going on? It's like I'm telling you, we are living in an episode of South Park. I don't know what season we are, but fuck,
It might be the season finale.
this
The
might be
series
it.
finale. This is the end.
I'm gonna tell
Michael
y'all.
Jackson was right. When he said, "This is it. I'm going on tour, going to sleep, and never wake up." Michael Jackson had it right.
If I were to wake up tomorrow with my fucking head sewn to the carpet, that shit wouldn't surprise me one bit with how shit's going lately.
What movie was that?
National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
Just wake up, just put glue to the carpet.
Just glued
I
to the
don't know.
goddamn carpet.
I don't know how the fuck we got here. We're here.
I'd just wake up and just be like, no, can't just bring me some food. I'm good.
Well,
Fuck it.
Tomorrow, you're gonna wake up and AEW is gonna sell out a major arena in the United States. That's how
Right.
you
Parentheses there in the United States.
Yeah, in the United States. I mean, because people in Wembley, people in the UK don't see anything. That's been proven. They'll buy a ticket to any fucking thing. And now AEW, they're trying. The rumor was they're trying to have a big show at was it the Dallas Stadium?
I believe so. Yes.
And that stadium holds 100,000 plus
Right.
for a wrestling show.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. I don't see that happening this year or next year. I don't see. Now, I'll give you this though. That match between MJF and Osprey, it was a good match. I don't know if you saw it or not last Wednesday.
I did. I actually seen that.
The match, the first they went under an hour. They went like 59 minutes.
I believe, yeah, right up under an hour. I believe it was
Um,
58 something. Might have hit 59, but
The first 45, 30 minutes, 35, 40 minutes was pretty good.
mhm.
And after that, it went to the I'm gonna do this, then you gonna do that, and I'm gonna do this, then you gonna do that, and nobody sells anything. And the match told it was a good wrestling match, but the last 15 minutes or so of it, just they had to do the indie shit. They had to do the I'm gonna kick you, you kick me. I'm gonna bounce off the rope, you gonna bounce off the rope. Nobody's gonna fall. And I'm like, come on, bro. Y'all just spent 45 minutes. It's hot. The air conditioning wasn't on in the arena, as the announcers will tell you. Everybody was sweating. And now all of a sudden, nobody feels anything.
Well, I heard Tony Schiavone called somebody a bitch this week. I believe it was Tony.
Tony Storm.
Tony called Tony a bitch.
I'll just speak bitch. I was glad. Again, look, if you really, really want to, you can enjoy AEW for what it is.
Right.
They have some funny moments. It's just, when it gets to the ridiculous shit, you just tune out like everybody else. Like people
There you
have been
go.
doing the last 6 months.
Uh,
So yeah, AEW, I'm glad that took up the whole first hour because
Right.
there wasn't really nothing on there I really to see.
Well, again, apologies for the first few times trying to go live there for everybody on Twitch, TikTok especially. We were having some technical audio issues. We're going to figure it out. It is what it is. It's not like this hasn't happened before with people, okay? We've seen much worse on lives.
Yeah, we're not the only streamers. Are we streamers, man?
We are totally streamers. We're podcasters. We're streamers. We are professional influencers of the world.
Of the world, Craig? Of the whole world, Craig?
The whole world. Everywhere. We nationwide. Hulkamania's running wild at the RNC.
And according to my background, I'm a wrestling genius, so it
Look,
says so right. It says so right there. It doesn't lie.
if the Ultimate Warrior was alive, he would have been the happiest man ever right now. Not because he would have been the one up there doing the speech for Donald Trump.
I don't know how long that speech took. Oh Lord.
Trust me, I've heard some Ultimate Warrior Republican conservative speeches. They're quite unique.
Would that have helped Donald or would that have hurt Donald?
That would have been the downfall. People would have went straight to Biden. That said, fuck it.
It would have been very entertaining though. Mm-hmm. Very, very entertaining. We would have called together all the Trumpers and all the Republicans from Mars and everywhere else.
The spaceship and the rocket fuel. Oh, God. It's just, there's so much. What has happened actually in the world of wrestling? Actual, real wrestling so far?
Now my mic want to start acting stupid.
I wish you would. I wish you'd buy professional equipment.
I mean, having a short microphone. I mean, I only spent.
You're killing me because I don't know what's happening over there. All of a sudden, I see you going, and I'm like, "What are we playing a game? What are we doing?"
We're playing patty cake. No, for some reason, my mic goes out and I have to make a loud noise, and I don't think everybody else wants to hear the loud noise, so I just clap it loud. It's some voodoo shit.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that looking absolutely ridiculous in front of hundreds of people. Why not? Fuck it.
Yeah. Fucking clapping seals.
Everybody else is doing it. Maybe you could play it off as like, hey, I believe in Joe Hendry too.
It's the new TikTok dance, man. It's one clap. Everybody can do it. Even people with one arm can do it.
Right.
See, I told you, man, this is not a day for me to just be rambling on. Because I'll say some loud shit.
Earlier with her issues, which again I'm trying not to be upset about that, but the last few days I've been in the middle of a move and everything, so it's frustrating, but we're gonna get it together.
You moved and your equipment and your software does not like its new home, so it's acting the fuck up.
Yeah.
It wants to go back to its original house.
I believe it does, but
it didn't authorize you to move.
I need authorization from the equipment. No, we'll get it fixed. I'll look further into it, and hopefully we can.
We'll figure it out. We're professional, damn it. We have a crack technical staff that will hop right on it.
If not, I'll turn my fucking volume like I have it up right now all the way to 100, and we can hear each other.
As long as the neighbors don't hear anything I say, I don't want to get you kicked out of here.
Oh no, they're fine. They play a lot louder. They was playing the new Eminem album actually. I think last night.
So quick thing. I used to live in. To me it was a nice part of Maryland, but some people don't think it's so nice. And we lived on the top floor, and for some reason, we had these Mexicans living underneath us who felt the need to every Saturday morning at the butt crack of dawn play fiesta music.
Yes. Mm-hmm. I live in the South.
Like, bruh, like that is right. Under normal circumstances, I would have knocked on the door, but it was like 15 of them motherfuckers.
And there ain't no telling what they was doing now. I'm just saying.
Right. I never even looked inside. I don't have no idea what they was doing. I just know at 7 o'clock in the morning on a Saturday, just like, I'm like, damn.
Yeah, I was about to say, did it sound something like, boom, 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 boom,
it started off with the cello or whatever that bass is.
Yeah.
Yep. And then here come the horns and the trumpets, and then you would think like the volume would go down, so you think the song was going off. Mm. Then the next song come on, I'm like, well, this is just a continuation of the first song.
The same motherfucking song. It's the same fucking song, over and over and over.
Like, how many horn solos do we need in this bitch?
And after 16 hours, like I would get drunk and go party with him for a while, like at least a good 4 hours. And
No
then
wonder
like,
these motherfuckers are drinking a bunch of Corona. They keep listening to the same fucking.
and then I go back and all I hear is like the womp womp womp. I'm like, bro, like we
At
gotta
some point,
turn
did you
down.
look? Did you look for like the carnival game? Did you look for?
Oh, we
Did you
played
look
some
at
carnival games, but it mostly involved them spreading out this substance on their hoods of their cars.
Alrighty then.
But there was a lot of great games. We played Pin the Tail on the Donkey, so we're gonna get fucking canceled. Would you stop? Stop. Where are we at?
Oh, look, after this week, man, look, cancel me, bro. I don't give a fuck. You can't. I'm like Dave Chappelle. You can't cancel me.
Love Dave Chappelle. Loved his most recent
You
special.
can't cancel me. As long as I pay my internet bill, you can't cancel me.
That's what I say. The same thing. Fuck it. Shut me down. I don't. Okay.
I don't know how you gonna cancel me. I don't know. Wrestling. We're here to talk wrestling.
Well, the amazing Bailey is right here on the screen right now with your girl.
No. It's BBL Bailey.
BBL Bailey is right here with Nia Jax.
Queen of the division. That means Charlotte's coming back.
And you know what? I wouldn't mind being a referee in the middle of a pillow fight between them two. I'm just saying.
Pillow fight, huh?
Dirty pillow fight.
I don't think their match is definitely going to be a pillow fight, but you know, I don't blame you.
Let me dream, bro. Let me dream. Bro. Let me have my visions of happiness.
And I'm gonna tell you right now, I like Bailey. I've always liked Bailey. I've never been a big fan of her face, but Bailey was actually looking pretty decent right here.
She is, man.
Bailey has a kind of a weird face at times. It just depends. When she had the sideways ponytail, it was really bad.
I'm not gonna lie. When she first came out and had a side ponytail, I kind of thought she was a special needs person.
I mean, and not just because of that, because she was hugging every damn body like a special needs person. So
she had that look, but you know, like Charlotte, she's kind of grown on.
Right.
I used to think Charlotte was, and I still don't think Charlotte's gorgeous. I've just seen enough of her for her looks to be. I'm used to her looks now.
She got a lot. You go and look at young Ric Flair, like 80s Ric Flair, and then look at her and you're like, okay, that's Rick.
I wanted to say this when you said the Tony Schiavone and Tony Storm thing. Do you know that whole gimmick Tony Storm had was stolen?
Really?
There's a story behind that gimmick. I just found out. If you listen to Eric Bischoff on 83 Weeks, he had remember Crowbar?
Mm-hmm.
Devin Storm, right?
Yeah.
So I guess right during the pandemic, he was doing this thing. He was cutting promos, you know, from that like that we did in that hobby.
Yeah.
Long time ago in the land far away. He was cutting promos, black and white, you know, going back in time. He was calling himself timeless, or calling promos timeless.
Right.
It had the same black and white, same filter, the glitchy movie screen thing, all that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you know, he did some shots with AEW.
Right.
And so when you're not on Tony on the roster, and they bring you in, they give you this thing to fill out, you know, your name, what you go by, where you worked, if you're doing anything, if you got anything coming up they want to know about it. And Devin Storm showed Tony Khan what he was putting on Twitter. It's on his Twitter page.
Yeah.
He showed it to Tony Khan. And they never called him back. I don't know. I can't remember why or what happened or whatever. Because Devin Storm, he's a I forgot what business he's in. No, he's a therapist, sports physical therapist. Him and his wife.
Right.
So he has money. He has a job. He's good. He wrestles.
Yeah,
for fun.
he's not some bum, y'all. He's not a bum.
Yeah, he's wrestling for fun. He's like I wrestle because I want to, not because I have to.
Right.
Like he's the business. Long story short, he showed it to Tony Khan. Somehow, he never ended up back in AEW.
Huh? Go figure, huh?
And now we have Tony Storm doing his gimmick. I'm playing whack-a-mole over here.
I got you. You know, and maybe that's. I would like to say that's an example of rehashing. You know, because you see it constantly, but maybe that was stolen. and just saying, we're gonna
But
take
he said
this, we're gonna
but
take this.
he gave me the information because they asked for it. Like, what are you doing? You got anything that we can use? If you come back on that you might want to do, if you want to, any suggestions for yourself?
Right.
Because that's how they operate over there. And he's like, they just took my shit. Like, they didn't ask permission. Nobody called me and said, like, back in the day, wrestling was like, hey man, is that your finisher? Mind if I use it? Something like that, right?
Right.
Nothing. They don't give him credit for it. They'll say this is inspired by it. Not that he cares. Like, he's like, I don't care that they don't give me credit for it. I'm just saying that it's kind of messed up. Like, I come did some work for you and you took my shit and gave it to somebody else. But Tony Storm is doing great with it. I've been saying that what she's doing is some of the best stuff on AEW. One of the main reasons I watch.
Oh yeah. Like I've actually I've been doing this thing, and you probably seen my post. I think you reacted to it. Where I have watched AEW and TNA for the last few weeks and given all the bit of the shot. And actually, I've liked a lot of the stuff I've seen in AEW, but I've enjoyed watching TNA more. I'm not gonna lie, I've actually really enjoyed watching TNA.
I don't think AEW is necessarily horrible. I think most of the stuff some of the stuff they do is horrible. I don't think them as a whole is horrible.
Yeah.
But what I dislike about what I dislike about AEW goes back to when they first started. They said we were going to be different than WWE. WWE is entertainment. We're wrestling. We're going to do nothing but wrestling, pure wrestling. It's going to be sports based. Wins are going to matter. This is that and the third. And not even a year later, they're singing. They're putting on skits. Jericho's doing Broadway skits. Like, we're doing everything that you said you weren't going to do.
Right.
And you keep trying to say we're the best wrestler. We do pro wrestling. We don't do sports entertainment. Then I go look at the show, and not only do I see stuff that looks like sports entertainment, I see stuff that WWE did, but you're doing it worse. It was bad when WWE doing it. It's worse when you do it.
Yeah. And I just that's a lot of the picking and stuff I did in AEW throughout the first few weeks that I've been watching. Now I'd always watch like bits and pieces. So, but I mean, I have been watching the entire show all the way through. Same with TNA. And I'm not saying TNA is like light years better, but I feel like I've enjoyed TNA, the product, a little bit better. And I can see them having a bright future. I really can.
I think, yeah, everybody clap. Everybody clap in.
God. You're doing good. I should have just left you on mute. You never would have known.
Yeah, look, I'm quite capable of muting myself.
Right.
I mute myself all the time. Nobody else wants to mute me. I just mute myself. I'm better at muting myself than most. Anyway, I was about to say something. TNA. TNA is good. I think them working with WWE, of course, is going to give them extra shine, extra whatever. I just wish they would have a better production.
Yeah.
Like, it looks like you're in some warehouse somewhere shooting. I mean, if that's what you're going for, fine. It's different. Not everything needs to be big arena WWE style.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm just like, look like you put some effort into the thought process of how you want to present your show. I'm no TV producer. I just know what I like.
I mean, that's the thing when you was talking about earlier. You didn't like the Hogan Bischoff whatever era, but even prior to that, like they had better production, and now they don't
good,
have. Yeah.
I didn't like when after Hogan came in, like 4 months later, I was like, okay. I guess the nostalgic act kind of wore off for me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It wasn't so much what they were doing was bad. It's just like.
I mean, the production during that was really quality, really good, and even prior was a lot better. Now it's, I get what you're saying, so I would like to see something a little bit better. Tap, 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 tap.
You can't hear me tapping, man.
No. No.
You can just see it. Yeah, so it just look
Yeah.
like yeah.
Uh,
It's some new AI type shit. Type of microphone.
I got you.
Um. So yeah, that's pretty much this week in wrestling. I mean, not a lot happened. I mean, I guess some Mexican wrestler, female wrestler, was on AEW and they thought they had her locked up, and then Shawn Michaels put the phone call in and said, "Look, come on over here."
Yeah, we're
And
we're
she
much better over here, and that was the end of that.
that's great. Now everybody's mad about that. They mad at her.
I will say this: a lot of the people that have been let go from the WWE after watching more of TNA, I see them, and I see them getting more mic time, and I see a lot of improvement actually. So maybe
They need to
this,
be let go.
yeah. But I mean, maybe this is a great thing for them to be able to make that big improvement.
It worked for Drew when Drew got fired. Look how he came back.
Exactly,
According to,
tremendously.
so, nobody was really. I don't care what people say. Nobody was rooting. Nobody was really upset. You had a couple of people like, "Oh, it's Cody Rhodes. They're wasting Cody Rhodes and Stardust," but that wasn't the overall majority of wrestling fans when that was going on. It was a very small group of people mad at that Stardust gimmick. But he left, got himself right on the Indies, did what he did in AEW, and now look at him. Sometimes you got to step away and go
Make a
get
star out of yourself.
yeah, get out of it. It's not that's just stepping away from WWE does not mean WWE is bad.
The thing,
They treated you bad. It's just any person who has a family and they go to work, they come home, they go to work, they come home, they kind of get stuck in a routine or whatever. Sometimes you gotta go out to the bar
yeah,
and have a drink with the fellas, so you can come home and refresh yourself and be better. Sometimes you gotta go. Hey, you know what? Me and the fellas, we're gonna take a gas trip. We're gonna go to Vegas, or we not necessarily to go hang out with hookers. I mean, if you want to, it's great, but just to refresh. So sometimes you gotta leave a company, leave a team. It happens in sports all the time.
hmm and that's
We've seen players get cut, and it's like, you know what? Yeah, it's time for me to go,
yeah.
and you might come back.
And we've seen them come. I mean, same thing. We've seen them come back like that and
Yeah,
have better careers. So, uh,
yeah.
you know, Cody and Drew are probably the main ones that have gone from that organization and come back bigger stars, much bigger stars, because they made the thing with WWE. Even when Vince was there, but especially now with Trips running everything, like uh, he, you can definitely tell that he has a keen eye to be able to say, I know you had to leave here and go make a star out of yourself and build yourself up for you to be able to make it here. And it's not
Right.
saying WWE can't build stars; they obviously can. But WWE also likes already kind of built stars as well, and you can't be
Yeah.
mad at that.
No, that's just good. That's again sports. The whole free agency market is people who prove themselves somewhere else. Now they want to get paid.
Yeah,
That's pretty much what it is. So you can't be mad at it. I mean, WWE's bad. They like, get out of there. Get out. Sometimes it ain't. It depends on who you are.
yeah.
We've seen people leave WWE and you never heard from them again. You see people. I give two examples. Jinder Mahal. One recent one was what's his name? He was in NXT. He was in
I know you're talking
Convention.
about. He just recently got released.
Jack.
Yeah,
They didn't use me right. They didn't use me right. They didn't use me right. Okay. Now you're out. Now you got all these ideas. Go make them work.
yep, exactly.
We'll see if it was WWE's fault or was it your fault. The people who left AEW, it was wrong for them to fire this person. If this person left, I'm going to AEW. They give me creative control. They let me do what I want. Okay. Now you're doing what you want, and it ain't working. So whose fault is it now?
Here's I didn't know one thing that I mentioned. This isn't even on that topic, but I didn't know he was still around. And again, once I got to watching, but I don't think that's his name now. I'd have to go look. But Santino Marella is on fucking TNA, and I had no idea.
He's the GM.
Yeah, I didn't know this.
His daughter's in NXT.
Right, and that's crazy because that also leads you to see still the open door and everything with TNA, and there's a lot of good things going.
I hate to keep bringing back to sports, but sports is what I'm outside of wrestling. Sports is what I know, right?
Right.
Don't you like guys?
Yeah.
You know that? Okay, so some of them guys have been playing together since they was like 12, 13, 14 years old. They get to the NBA. You know these people are still talking to each other? They may be on different teams, but they're still talking.
Right. Exactly.
Same thing with wrestlers. You got wrestlers who work in WWE, TNA, AEW, on the indies. They know people, they talking. That's how some people get their jobs. Hey,
Right.
put a word in for me. So it's not like they don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
That's why some people don't go to AEW because they're talking to people who work there.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you don't want to come here, bro.
No.
Don't go get paid somewhere else. As a friend, I can't tell you to come here. Like I know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Look at me. I'm better than you. Let me
I
see.
I seen something about the Young Bucks earlier as well, and your other co-host said he doesn't like them, but he gives them respect, and I'm like, well, maybe you shouldn't do that, nah, but
I don't like them either, man. I
I've
don't
never
really.
been a fan, and I've never been a fan prior to AEW. I'm just not a big fan of the Young Bucks.
Dude, I know I don't know them personally, but I know I wouldn't like them if I knew them.
I do not want to try to know them. I'm sorry. That just
Because
seem smug,
the
smug.
audacity of them. Look, I'm a big Deion Sanders fan, so I know all about confidence and having that swag and about yourself and all that. I get it,
Right.
and you should have that. If nobody's going to be a better cheerleader for you than you, right? So I get that. But at the same time, though, like y'all, you're not what you think you are, bro. Like you're not the the act you think you are. Now, am I
Right.
selling out 3,000 seat arenas? No. But I'm also not proclaiming that I could sell out these arenas and trying to either. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So they're out here acting like they're the best thing since tag team wrestling was invented,
Mm,
but you can't get people to watch your show. Nobody likes you. The only people you can give jobs to are the people you're friendly to.
yeah. I mean, I want to watch the show now, mainly like what you were saying because of Tony Storm and whatnot. But I have lost. I never had much interest in them, but I certainly don't now. And it's hard to really want to give them a second chance. The last match I watched of them, besides these last few weeks that I've been tuning in, was and really paid attention to was Sting and Darby Allin, because that was who Sting decided to retire against. But
Like, so you saw what happened. You saw Darby Allen. Like, you sent me the link, right?
I did.
What was the
About
subject of
the
that
Owen
link?
Hart, Martha giving the blessing for Darby to come down from the rafters.
There's a lot. I don't know what it's like to lose a spouse.
Right, and I
So
get
I will never tell her how to feel about
no,
anything
no,
when it comes to that.
absolutely not. I get her anger on that.
But from the outside looking in, though, this is I hate to say it, it's kind of hypocritical because you condemn. So like I don't think WWE purposely tried to kill Owen Hart, bro.
I don't think.
Whether it was somebody was at fault, whether it was you could say because they're liable because they are the company behind what happened. Of course, that's who you're gonna sue, right? You get in a car accident, you're not gonna sue. You know, you get a company truck hits you, you're not gonna sue the person driving the truck. You're
All
suing the
right.
company. So I get that, but like saying like I don't know, it's a wrestling's a mess, bro.
And it kind of always has been. It's always been one of those Like you look back in the day, and there was so much controversy, and then in the Attitude Era, it was a mess, and it's still kind of a mess now. It's cleaned up a lot, but it's still a little bit of a mess.
Yeah, it's a mess and it's messy. Because again, like you can't be mad at these people over here for doing it, but then you allow these what was that somebody did she give them a blessing to do something else before? Like
I
a
know,
years
I
ago?
believe she did, but I mean, here's one thing I want to point out before we go any further. Like we talk about wrestling being messy and everything, and you get a lot of your messiness from like creative control or contract or money. Money is the root of all evil, and now you see that more in the NBA, in the NFL. Did they take that from sense maybe from wrestling? Give me more money, or I won't play here anymore. Give me the ball, or I won't play here anymore.
That's what kind of made. I think that started in free agency brought that on. When you said, "Hey, go out there and shop yourself, take the money from the highest bidder," that kind of started that on.
You got to look at it like if Michael Jordan was in this era, would he had, let's say, stayed with the Bulls all those years, or
In this era, probably not. In that era, it was more, I'm gonna ride with the team I'm on type thing. It
yeah,
wasn't about
exactly what I'm
team.
saying. Like Hulk, let's say Hogan was sworn to WWE for the longest time, and then got big bolt rostered by WCW and stuff. That was a big transition. That was like a roster steal in a sense. I mean, and the same goes with the NBA now and the NFL, and has been for a long time. You don't see them faithfuls. I mean, because Michael Jordan played, and he could have went somewhere else. He probably could have went to New York, actually, and earned a lot more money.
And the opposite of that, I did hear. Not if I heard this today. So you remember Edwin James played for Colts, right?
Yes.
Running back.
Yep.
Okay, so the year after they let him go and he went to Arizona,
Mm-hmm.
the Colts won a Super Bowl.
There you go. I mean,
But here's the thing: talk about it being a mess. The opposite of that, the Colts owner gave Edwin James a Super Bowl ring because
here you go.
he's like you got us to this point, and then we couldn't afford to keep you. You took more money from elsewhere,
Yeah.
so but we still fuck with you. Here go the ring.
Yeah.
That ain't
Well,
happening in
yeah.
wrestling, bro.
No.
That ain't
No.
happening in wrestling.
I mean, again, I look, just on the same topic. You look at like again, I use prime example for Jordan, but Jordan, on the other hand, had so many other his shoes. His freaking shoe, his endorsements. He makes more money and has made way more money off the endorsements than he has from the NBA. So,
Okay.
so
Michael, his first contract wasn't even for about a couple million.
yeah.
It was 1984. Wasn't nobody getting $30 million contracts in 1984.
And that's the thing with the wrestling is that, especially recently, a lot of the not divas, but women's wrestlers and whatnot, they'll throw out an OnlyFans or whatever, and they're making bank. They want to wrestle, but they're making bank. I mean,
Mandy Rose, prime example.
yeah, you see a lot more self promotion, and that's one thing that I think I get it as a company like TKO, like WWE, but at the same time, if you allow like endorsements for self endorsing, I don't feel like that's a terrible thing. I mean, look at Prime in WWE right now. It's in WWE because of Logan Paul and everything. It's an endorsement. I mean, and it's his.
Everybody eating off that too, though.
Yeah,
Everybody eating off that.
yeah, of course.
Because he put a couple people in commercials, didn't he?
I mean, maybe Mandy Rose should have just, I don't know, thrown us some titties to a couple of people and for free or something. I don't know. Maybe they would have kept her then. I don't know. But I mean, you get what I'm saying. You get what I'm saying.
I don't know. I think with fans, we've grown up in an era where we kind of wanted to know, but we didn't know.
Yeah.
That whole kayfabe era, and now we got so much access to so much information that goes on behind, whether it's true or not, whether you want to believe what you read or not, you have access to something, right?
Right.
And but I think what fans forget is because they kind of talk out of wrestling fans talk out of both sides of their mouth, and it's kind of that's why I try not to argue with any of them because especially on social media because you can't win. Even if you're right, you're not gonna win, right? So,
You gonna win
but
off
I
of
think
that?
Right.
I think they what they forget is these guys don't look at it like you look at it.
Right.
They they're getting paid, so they're invested for the company they work for, and as far as that goes or could go. But at the end of the day, if WWC says, you know what, we don't want you no more, it's a business. People
Exactly.
get fired. They're not getting mad. They know depending on who it is, they know they can go and wrestle indies for 3 months until another company calls them and gives them some money.
And
They
which
know this.
they know AEW will definitely probably call them.
Yeah,
So
how could you fire this person? How could you? I've always said this, bro. Like I will never let a wrestling fan run the smallest of any company I own, let alone
no,
$1 billion company.
absolutely
You
not.
couldn't. You couldn't. We see what it's like when a wrestling fan runs a company. Look at AEW.
And he's a fan. He's a rich fan, but that's what he
Right.
is. He's a rich fan.
He's a
Now,
rich fan. The difference between him and Vince is Vince didn't. I don't think Vince grew up a wrestling fan the way Tony Khan did. But again, because of the access of information,
well,
Vince
also because
he had his
wrestling
father.
wrestling then was hot. It was extremely hot, but it wasn't the conglomerate that it was that Vince brought to it as a business as a whole.
And that's where all the hate comes from. Everybody, you hear these old guys running the business from their shirt pocket, the little notepad, and all that stuff. That's one word everybody ignores. It's the wrestling business.
Mm,
What you're watching is a television show.
yeah.
And speaking of that, like the whole Ric Flair thing, where he's mad he's not one of the top 100 athletes. Like, dude, somebody told me, he was like, how could they leave him off the list? He's won 20 titles. You know what my response was? Ric Flair didn't even win one title. Ric Flair didn't win anything. Somebody in the NWA committee said, you know what? We like what he's doing. We're going to go with that guy. Put the belt on.
It's an
That's what
entertainment.
happened.
It's an entertainment show that's about wrestling, and
That's it.
that's
It's
exactly
like
what it is.
so somebody called him glorified stuntman, and to me, I think that's kind of disrespectful to call him glorified stuntman.
I mean, they get hurt. The shit really
Yeah,
happens. They get hurt.
stuntmen get hurt too, but stuntmen ain't got a rehearsal live,
No.
rehearsal lines. They're not doing it live. It's on tape. If they mess up, they can go do it again. you know, they stuntmen ain't got to go to meet and greets. They ain't got to travel as much. They ain't got to be in Poughkeepsie today and be in San Francisco tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? They don't have to, oh, we got a 30-second promo. Come up with something. None of that. So, calling them glorified stuntman is, I wouldn't say all that. But I wouldn't say that there are some great athletes in wrestling.
Oh, absolutely.
Ric Flair ain't one of them. Having great conditioning does not make you an athlete.
I mean, he can run I mean, I remember hearing about him running 5Ks and whatnot. I mean, yeah. I mean, I'm pretty sure he could have done stuff like that as far as like running 40 yards down the sideline and catching a football and taking it into the end zone. I don't know. Probably not. You know,
People
but
talk about people talk about his endurance and conditioning. Dude, go to a marathon run and tell him Ric Flair wrestled an hour so he's got great conditioning.
yeah.
For just ran 5 miles. I like my face, bro. Again, I like Ric Flair's on my Mount Rushmore. I have
Oh,
the
yeah.
thing, the
He
four
has to
Boston
be.
collector's edition 4-pack. I
I
got
do
it all.
too. Nice.
I like Ric Flair, but come on now, stop it. He's not one of the great 100 athletes of the 21st century. He's just not.
I mean,
Again,
when I consider great athletes, I'm looking at actual sports. Now,
sports, yes.
and in wrestling, even though they put it on ESPN, and I'm glad they do, and they promote it. It's sport. It is. It doesn't matter if it's
It's
AEW
entertainment.
or WWE or TNA or whatever. It is still sports entertainment. It is a show about a sport that is wrestling.
It's a sports-based entertainment show.
And
Loosely sports.
WWE currently is doing a great job of producing a great show about wrestling. And I do enjoy kicking back on it. I enjoy the kayfabe aspect, and that's going back to the Hogan thing. It does feel like we're in a South Park episode, but at the same time, watching it, I couldn't help but to smile and feel like I'm a kid again.
Okay.
It's fucking. That was my
Like I said,
superhero. That was like watching. If it makes any sense, it was almost like watching Batman go out there and talk about, I don't know, how great someone is or whatever. You know.
like I said, it was entertaining. It was cool. It was a cool looking thing. And, hey, Hulk Hogan's endorsing the president. Great, that's nice. But like I told you before we went live the first time, um, I don't care what celebrity you put on stage. That celebrity is not going to make me change my mind or convince me to vote one way or the other.
Right. And the same for me.
Like,
What's going to change my mind is you talking about my rent is going to be.
yeah. What can you do to help me today?
Yeah. The normal American man, woman, how you going to make life just a little bit better? Gas price a little bit better.
As
Protect
much
me.
as a Hulkamaniac I was when I was a kid, bro, I told you, when I was 4 years old, I'm thinking Hulk Hogan's dead because King Kong Bundy squashed me.
Right.
I'm upset.
I remember when Earthquake dropped it on, and it was like Hogan's gonna have to retire, and the kids were crying, and I was crying. I was a baby, I didn't know.
But that was then. This is now, bro. Like,
And that's the one thing where maybe me and you separate just a little bit is that I still look into the kayfabe, and I still love the kayfabe, and I'm like, there. It's like the Foo Fighters song, "There Goes My Hero," because that was my hero, and several
see,
others were.
it gets me. I don't know. I wouldn't want to say it gets me in trouble, but a lot of people get turned off to the fact that. And I'm not saying you. I'm just saying like people like, oh, well, why he gotta break stuff down? I'm a logical thinker. I think logically. I don't. That's my thing. I take a step back and look at things for what they are and make sense of it. Right. Hulk Hogan ain't got my problems, bro.
No, Hulk Hogan's doing just fine, better, much better than any of us.
Hulk Hogan ain't mad. He just paid $5 for half a bag of air, bro.
Nah, nah.
He bought some chips, right? He's not. He can care less. So that's what I'm saying. That from that aspect, I'm like, again, it takes me back to my childhood. Hulk Hogan ripping off the shirt. Hey, that's cool. But when I get in a voting booth, my memory is of Hulk Hogan getting squashed by King Kong Bundy or dropping a leg on iron sheet is not going to come up, bro. My memory.
Here's the main thing when it comes to politics and like any celebrity, not just the wrestlers, any celebrity. Even The Rock, we remember The Rock last year, and he got, or not last year, but a few years ago. Well, last year with everything with Oprah, and he also endorsed Biden and whatnot. But here's the thing with any celebrity, not just wrestling, any celebrity, well known, that don't have to worry a damn thing about a damn thing. Politics, I can respect that you, yes, as a human being, you should have an opinion as well.
Yeah,
But at the same time, you ain't the normal man like me. You ain't normal like me.
I don't care if you made it rich or you're a human being. You have a right to your opinion to pick and endorse and like it, whatever other adjective you want to put out there, right?
But
But at the same time, I don't expect me because my favorite group, my favorite singer, my favorite basketball player, again, y'all don't have my problems.
don't have no problems.
I'm not poor, but even if you grew up poor, you still don't have my problems. You may remember them, but you don't have them now.
Man, look,
You're
Scottie Pippen's wife cheated on him with Michael Jordan's son.
Yeah.
And that's payback for you being an asshole, but still, like, that man could still go out there and have any fucking woman almost on this planet.
Yeah.
He don't have the problems I do. You do. Or whatever. Now, here's to where I will give a little bit of respect to celebrities that do come and speak out. And this is where it kind of, I caught ear of like, I'm Terry Bollea. Prices are high. Inflation is high. Maybe not for, what he could have said better is how I would have worded it. It's like, yes, I am a entertainer. I am a celebrity. I know, but I'm trying to. I want to look out for the normal man, woman, and say inflation is obviously high. You know, blah 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 is high, and we need this man to help you. That would have made me feel a lot more
Yeah,
secure,
yeah,
and
yeah.
that's what celebrities should be doing.
Speak on the human. I'm not saying like
And
I
then
don't
I'm
want
gonna
you.
say, well, give me some of that fucking money, Hulk. What's up, bro?
I don't want you. I don't need anybody's sympathy. But like you said, make it seem like acknowledge the fact that you don't have the problems we got. So hey, I know
Acknowledge the
I'm
middle and
rich.
lower class.
Yeah, I know I'm rich, but hey, you know, this guy, he can not only help the rich, but he can help the middle class too. You know what I'm
We
saying?
can make
He's
America.
got yeah he make America great again. It ain't just for the rich folk. It's for the middle class too. So something like that. Anything, humanize yourself because as much as we can sit here and say, we're adults now and we see through things, celebrities are still kind of put, I don't want to say on a pedestal, but they're put higher up and they like you said, they don't have our problems. They in a whole different world. So humanize yourself a little bit and say, you know what? I acknowledge the fact that I am privileged. I can do things the majority of the world can't do. And this guy can help y'all out. I see. I believe in him helping the middle class people. I don't need your help.
Right.
I'm here. They paid me to be here.
Exactly.
So
Now, as far as like my vote goes, I'm gonna vote for common sense.
you know what?
Take that how you want it.
I don't even think I'm voting for a president. I'm gonna spend most of my time trying to figure out who the congressman and
That's a good thing
senators
too. You need to do research.
because at the end of the day, them the people them the people that are bringing the laws to your president, whoever it is.
Yep.
Them the people that's gonna really change some things. If you go back to your civics class and all that lobbying and filibustering and all that stuff wasn't done in the Oval Office. That stuff was done in the Senate and the House of Representatives.
And that's
That's where
that's
shit
really
happens.
where you need to look. That's really where you need to look at is who's filling those chairs. The
Yeah.
majority, who is actually there. And the truth is, I'm not gonna lie. I've made it public. Like I'll probably be voting more conservative, and I don't have any issues with Trump. But when it comes to actual voting, you need these dinosaurs. They need to be out of here. And that nothing. I think Trump has a great mind. I do, and I think he actually means well. But we could have had better nominees. We could have had a little bit younger. I'm not talking about
So
these
say
19,
what
20
you
year olds, but you
say
know,
what you want about the man, and you can say this because I'm black and he's black too. But I'm telling you what, when Obama was in office, it kind of felt like the man he at least knew what the fuck was going on.
I didn't have an issue with Obama. That was actually the first time I had voted previous. That was my second time ever voting, and I voted for Obama. I felt like he was actually the better choice.
I felt like he was a person that like if you walked up to him and told him what was going on in your life, again he might not have the same problems as you, but he was more down to earth and could probably figure things out and relate to you in a
Yeah.
better way. I'm sorry, I'm 46. I don't care how what situation a 78, 80-year-old man ain't relating to my problems.
I mean, one of them has, both of them have all the money in the world, but one of them definitely has all the money in the world, and the other one needs to be at home. I mean, seriously, it's not, it is funny, but and I've laughed so much at this man, but it is funny, but it's also not funny because this man really needs to be at home. I'm not gonna say he needs to be at a nursing home because he's got too much money for that. He needs to be at home and taking care of himself and
Stop
enjoying the rest of his
You're
life.
trying to put Biden in hospice, bro. Stop it.
I don't want him to be in hospice. I'm just saying, go home. Go home.
Go home and remember coming to America in the beginning, he was in the pool, in the tub, and he had people bathing him.
Yeah.
Go home and get your royal bathers, man.
Now, no matter what happens, when these 4 years is up, why can't we sway? That's what I do like kind of about TikTok and social media. Why can't we sway to have younger nominees, more fill these seats in Congress that with a few younger people that have that build towards your future. Build towards your future.
We don't want nobody that was born before 1955.
Right. The 95-year-old man needs to be at home if he's still alive, for Christ's sake.
I don't want that. I don't want nobody that old with their finger on the button, bro.
No. Give me somebody that's logical, that knows about politics. That's why can't someone my age, your age, why can't someone 50? Fuck 55. Hell, at this point, 60.
Again, say what you want. I don't think Obama was a great politician. I don't even consider him a politician.
The only thing I didn't like about Obama was the Obamacare, and I felt like that was a mistake. I'm glad that got reversed. But everything else, I didn't have an issue with the man. And again, I'm not a Democrat. I do lean more towards the right, conservative. But Obama did a good job, and I was actually very happy with everything he did outside of Obamacare.
Because it wasn't as much politics with him. It was look, man. Let me go figure out what's going on.
Now,
And see if I can fix it.
on
Not in a political way, but in a way like you say, humanize yourself. Get down on the lower level because again, a lot of voters aren't in that certain tax bracket.
yeah.
They're just not.
Yeah, I mean, another thing, I love that he was a smooth talker, but I love that his compassion for the people actually seemed like he cared about the regular people.
Because he will sit down, crack a beer, and have a Newport with you.
Yeah, and that's fine. Hell, I said, dude, okay, here's one thing you might not know about me, but I think I've sent you. There was a song that I did, and I said that, have a Corona with me, smoke a Newport, let's blaze one up, and we can talk about it.
We talk about it. Yeah.
As Obama felt that way. He was now. I know there's a lot of conspiracies about his wife and penises and stuff. I don't know. Whatever.
I don't think.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, because those kids.
Look, I don't want to go down this road, but look, man. That's all natural. Curves, and you can't transfer from one gender to the other with curves like that, bro.
Well, not only that, but his kids looked exactly
Just
like
his
Michelle. So
right, yeah. So there's that.
And again,
welcome to This Week in Washington.
fuck wrestling. I mean, it kind of makes sense because again, with everything that is happening, you have to touch on it. Like again, probably the most well-known still to today wrestling entertainer just went up there and said Donald Trump. So it makes sense.
Somewhere sitting in a room full of big black dildos and shitting on someone's head, Vince McMahon had a smile on his face.
Oh yeah, and the Ultimate Warrior was like happy in his grave. He was like, "Yeah, Donald Trump." Yeah, light years and gas lights and rocket fuel stuff. Now, again,
somewhere Iron Sheik is like, can't wait till the Hulk Hogan dies and we'll make his bitch ass.
I will break his back. Love it. I miss the Iron Sheik.
I miss New Jack. You seen that shoot video with Iron Sheik and New Jack? And they were sitting in the hotel.
I've seen it, but I'm not a fan of New Jack. I'm sorry.
I love that.
The one thing that broke me with him was what he did to that one kid, and he almost murdered him. That was not cool. That was super unfair.
I don't condone it, but the kid had it coming. I don't condone it.
Did he have all that coming?
He lied, bro.
But did he have that coming?
I didn't say
Bro,
that.
you could have just done
I
like
didn't
Perry
say that.
Saturn did and just beat him, a few dots in his head.
I will say this. Number one, the kid lied. Number two, he he if he had just went there and listened
Me
to
and Chin
somebody,
won a match. Me and Chin just won a match. Holy shit.
get the hell out of here.
This is a fucking shocker. Fucking tweet it right now. Me and Chin just won a fucking match.
Prove there's nothing in that briefcase.
Let's hope for her yet. I found out there's no contract in the Money in the Bank.
Bro, here's the thing. Here's the thing about Mia Chin. She's not my favorite, but I like her. I do like her. And why did they open the briefcase? That kind of made that look stupid.
Well, it's something. There's something in it, so it's good. I'm glad.
Okay. I looked at the wrong time apparently. But anyway, I like Mia Chin and everything. And but the thing is that like if we're gonna give her some kind of little more push or anything going forward, like can we hear her talk a little bit? Like can we try or whatever? But hey, good for her. She picked up a big victory.
We said this about somebody a couple weeks ago. Me Chen, whatever it is. She doesn't win matches.
She won that one.
I don't think in today's day and age there are jobbers. There are people, but it's more.
There's a Z-Man in every era.
Yeah, so she won this match because of the story, not because she's getting.
Yeah. But it was a good win, and maybe she'll get a few more in the future.
Jacob Baxter.
I just fucks with Jacob Fatu standing behind people with his hand.
That's what I'm just looking. That's what my fiance right here, also my assistant, follow her on TikTok. Everyone, she
Puerto
just
Rico.
from Puerto. She speaks Puerto Rico. I don't know what language that is, but she speaks it. I'm trying to learn it. Woo! We got what Puerto Rico, baby.
Do y'all think, like, does she think Jacob's about to turn
We on the map, baby. We have made it.
Can we get a free trip to Puerto Rico out of this?
Yo,
I'm down.
I'd go. I'd so go.
I've been to Puerto Rico. I've been to San Juan.
It's nice. I bet. I bet it's awesome, dude. I'd love to go. I'd love to go.
In certain times of the year, they do not believe in wearing a lot of clothes.
I just don't want to go there as a wrestler and go backstage and then someone call me into the bathroom and then,
No, he about to turn on solo.
Yeah. Shower at the hotel, bro. Don't shower backstage.
Nah, bro. Like, this is one thing. We're not going to get deep into it, but let's just, I'm a realist myself.
Right.
If random dude would have said, hey, bro, come on back here, follow me into the bathroom, let's have a talk. Are you going to follow this motherfucker into the bathroom? Like, nah, bro, you can talk to me right here.
That's how Jeffrey Dahmer.
Even if I know you, I'm not following you into the bathroom.
Hell nah. We can go talk right here, or we can go talk outside, like right in front of the building, but you ain't trying to...
Well, from the only reason you going in the bathroom is to fight.
Yeah.
If I ain't got no beef with you, I ain't going to the bathroom. Like,
I have my own experience with this.
In the showers, I'm not doing that.
I have my own experience with this where I messed up. When I was like 17, I worked at this grocery store. I was an overnight stalker. And the stepfather of a girl I was dating said, hey, come on, I got to talk to you, let's go to the restroom. And I was stupid enough to follow him. Now, luckily, I was quite, at 17 years old, a strong fella. Didn't have quite the mind I do now, but I followed him in there. And all of a sudden, he throws the chokehold on me, and I'm like, it shocks me and everything, but I'm like, are you choking me or are you trying to turn me on? I'm taking him kind of, and get him off of me like, what the hell are you doing? And then we won't go into further detail, but he lost. Nonetheless, I'm not following, especially with the knowledge I know now, and I'm thinking like, again, rest in peace, but during that time, not in your country, whatever.
Yeah, I'm not going in there.
But
we can have this conversation in the parking lot, man.
Everybody thinks that Jacob is going to turn on
keep saying that. I don't know. I don't want to. I don't. Here's the thing, bro. I don't want to. I don't want to think. I don't want to. I am no longer in the business of speculating what's going to happen in the bloodline story. I don't. I just want to watch it.
I know a lot of
Just
people
want
want to see Jacob turn and be on Roman's side, and maybe in the future you'll see. It'd be all right to see that, whatever. Not turn, but be on his side. But I don't want to see that. I want to see him stay with Solo in this bloodline because I'm gonna need to see a Roman and Jacob Fatu match.
the reason I don't want to speculate on on what the storyline is, what's going to happen next, is because I spent. I told you I listen to a lot of wrestling. Well, yeah, a lot of wrestling. I listen to the main podcast, right? The Jim Cornettes and all these people, and some people who are not in the wrestling or weren't in the wrestling business that have podcasts, right? And this is one thing I always hear them say: "Where is this going? I don't know where it's going. What's well, you're not supposed to know where it's going.
Kayfabe. We go back to the conversation earlier. Have a
Why
little
are
bit of
you?
kayfabe.
I couldn't watch a commercial with these people. Why are you trying to figure out where it's going? That's the reason you watch it.
I want to
If
be
you're gonna
entertained.
if you're gonna sit here and try to figure out where it's going off of one show, why would you watch next week?
Me as a fan, especially now,
I
growing
hate that.
up halfway through the end of the 80s and early 90s and into the Attitude Era of where like people were calling the police because they thought Brian Pillman was actually about to get shot. People were
I'm
calling the
about to
police
switch that
because they
way.
thought Hulk Hogan and Nash and Scott Hall really were tearing down the arena. That was great times. But
Nobody
growing
sat
up,
around and said, "All right, they beat up that on the roster. Where is this going? Like the fuck?
they beat the fuck out of them. They're the NWO. They're the New World
What,
Order. They just told you
where's
what
this
they
going?
were doing what they
Where
were
is this
going to
going?
do.
Where it's going? I'm going to wait till next week so I can see what happens next. That's where this is going.
And that's what I like about the WWE, what they're doing now. You can guess all day, you can kind
No,
of
no,
predict a little bit, but I give all the credit due for keeping half of it kayfabe and half of it reality, and I love it. It's
that is one
at
of
a
my
peak.
main pet peeves of wrestling fans and people who watch wrestling and analyze it and talk about it, all that crap. Like they were doing Jim Cornette's calls, Brian Lights. They despise the Y6. They don't like it, whatever, whatever. And they're like, I don't know where this is going. Another videotape. Where is this? That's why you can't enjoy it. Because you're sitting around figuring out what it's going. Again, you don't go to see the Predator and look at the first 20 minutes and go, where's this going?
All right.
There's still another hour and a half of movie left.
Will Arnold Schwarzenegger actually beat the alien? Is that what's going to
Yeah,
happen?
like when did we start doing this?
I don't know if the
Because again,
Predator was an alien. I assumed he was always an alien himself, but
the whole time the superpowers were together and they were the Macho Man and Hulk Hogan thing. Not one time,
mega powers.
yeah, yeah, not one time did I sit around and go, well, I wonder where this is going. Is this going to lead to a breakup? No, I sat there and watched the shit.
Will we actually get to
When the
see?
breakup happened, I was
Will we actually get to see Hulk Hogan penetrate Miss Elizabeth? How deep is this going?
I hate. Well, sir, we were originally scheduled to do 30 minutes, and I guess my shot at round two is not happening
I was about to
because
say round two's over, huh?
we were an hour. So, um, and I blame that on your technical difficulties.
Hey, my technical difficulties only lasted about 10 minutes, which I mean, you could have done half of that in plenty of time. I mean, you could have got it done,
Yeah, I could have did round two and three by that time.
right? Well, and you know what you got to do now? It's time to go play badminton. Sometimes you got to hit the ball against the wall.
No, now's the time where I wish I was sponsored by Blue Chew and if we run that into a Blue Chew sponsor and then go do round four.
There you go. Well, as
We're
always, I
famous,
have a
we're
great
not that
time.
famous. So we're famous, but we're not that famous. We can't get no sponsor.
Maybe one day. Maybe one day.
Not that I look. I can make a few phone calls and have some people
Whoa.
He needs a mystery partner.
I can have some people give you some accounts of me not needing Blue Chew. So some females, so they know I don't need Blue Chew. So,
Well,
okay.
I thought it
so I guess my last words is everything going forward is like I know we touched on politics. We could jump back into wrestling pretty heavy. I know a lot of people. We talk about every damn week. Every damn week we talk about the fans We talk about the criticism of wrestling, but I mean, it's again, this is a show. It's an entertainment show about wrestling, and WWE is doing a damn good job of it. And I love what they do with their kayfabe aspect, their reality aspect of it, and just if it's like watch again. You say you're watching a movie, so watch the movie.
Enjoy it or don't.
There you
But,
go.
but like Dave, and I'm gonna end on this one because it's a Dave Meltzer thing, and he said the reason AEW is not doing good is because WWE is doing so good, doing so great.
They are
That's that,
doing,
that's that crack journalism for you, brother.
but
Man, what other journalist could give you that in-depth commentary like that?
I'm telling you, AEW, if they do similar to what they do with Tony Storm, and you, dude, you're not just. All right, I'm gonna piss some people off by saying this, but you're not just watching wrestling for the wrestling. Okay, you're not,
I'm not.
and that's.
If I was just watching wrestling for the wrestling, I probably wouldn't watch wrestling.
I probably wouldn't either. Like, okay, think about it. Match one for one fall, so and so versus so and so for the whatever or not nothing, and you just got straight wrestling. How bored would you be? Yes, the match might be impeccable, but you got no substance. You got no substance.
I'm going to the bathroom. I'm going to get some popcorn. Call me back when somebody starts whipping somebody's ass.
I'm there to watch a show. It's like if I go watch Stranger Things on Netflix, Breaking Bad, Sons of Anarchy. I'm going to watch.
Imagine how great Breaking Bad would be if all they did was make meth. That's all you saw.
That's all you seen was them making the blue meth. Like a lot of meth heads would be like, let me get that shit, Walter. But it'd be so boring. You need substance. It's a entertainment show. It is a weekly episodic show about wrestling.
And while you're watching them make the blue meth, you got some guy in the back going, I don't know where this is going.
Right. Where's this going? What are we doing? Well, we're trying to make money, bitch. That's where we're going.
We're going to the strip to sell this shit.
I mean, could you imagine if that's all it was about? Making meth and like, all right, we're pandering it. We're pandering it. All right, show's over in fucking 10 minutes.
I feel like this show wasn't deep enough. It had no substance.
And that's the same thing with wrestling. Again,
It was a bunch of moves. Them chopping ice.
now don't get me wrong. I will say I've never done meth in my life, and I never will, because I have seen people. But Walter White made meth almost. If Walter White was here right now and it was real life, I might be tempted to say, Walter, put that shit on there. Let's throw that shit over here. Just saying, because that's how convincing the character is, and that's the same thing with wrestling. The characters, the story.
He convinces me in a different way. I've been like, Walter, give me the recipe.
That too. But again, what I'm saying is that it's the story, it's the characters. Right. The same thing with wrestling. It's the story, it's the characters. You're here for entertainment. You're not here just really for wrestling. You're here for a lot of entertainment.
If AEW just put on wrestling matches like they say they supposed to do, and just cut out and actually really do cut out all the sports entertainment, do you really think all the people will be in it? The little people they get to come to a show, you think those people will come to the show?
No.
Like no interviews,
nothing.
No backstage, no.
I mean, the wrestlers will go because he's paying, some of them $4 million just to be like, be there for 5 minutes a week of TV time. But whatever.
Or if you can do this, that'll get you $4 million. That'll get you $4 million a year. Okay.
Yeah.
You're not saying somebody who I love these random wrestling pages on Facebook.
I do not.
Okada was a star in Japan. They a couple of $1 million. Now he's terrible comedy. He's known for saying bitch.
Bitch. So is what's her face? She's not there right now, but oh god, on WWE she's with Damage Control technically now, I guess. It doesn't matter. She
Asuka.
said, yeah, Oscar says bitch a lot. It's funny when she says it, but wrestling,
All right, so
everybody.
wrestling. It is. It's wrestling.
All I got to say is, what you gonna do? And that's
And
it.
on that note, I am Mr. KS. That is the Huckster. Thank you to everybody who. I don't know if did they hear us on Twitch or Twitter?
That we can hear. We were good. We fixed the audio. We're good. We'll be fine. Sorry for the inconvenience.
Thank you for sticking through it with us. I guess we'll come back next week and do the shit again.
Trump 2024. Vote.
Congressman Shelley 2024. That's what I'm voting for. I don't know who that is, but
Stop shooting people. I don't care if you don't like them. Stop trying to shoot people. I think we can all agree to that. Stop.
if I say and if you are gonna shoot some people, make sure you actually hit them.
I
I
mean,
get taxed for that. No.
actually, I'm not gonna lie. He was I know we're trying to get out of here, but dude was a damn good shot. It just, I think homie was lucky.
What if that was just a warning shot? He really wasn't trying to kill him.
Right, I got that was a warning shot. All right, gotcha. Yeah. Look. Jet Black was one of the most famous people ever, and now people are he has canceled his entire tour for saying something similar like this. So close the show. Let's get out of here.
No, what did he say?
Oh no, it wasn't what he said. It was what Kyle Gass said. His bandmate. He said it was his birthday, and Jack Black said, "What's your birthday wish?" And he was like, "Next time, don't miss Trump." And they got severely bashed. Like they canceled their tour.
But I always say, man, it's okay when they do it, but it's a problem if we do it. And people have been saying some of the craziest shit.
You gotta watch it. You gotta watch it.
But we like this selective anger, bro, is hilarious. It's hilarious.
I'm not gonna lie. I thought it was a little funny.
I don't agree with anybody trying to kill anybody.
No.
Unless your life's in danger or they harm your child. Do what you gotta do after that. But this selective anger, it is in wrestling, it's in everything. It's in everyday life. All this, I'm not gonna be mad at that. I'm mad at that. It's the same shit, but I don't like them more, so I'm gonna be mad at that. Like,
Yeah.
Stop it. Just stop it.
If this would have happened to Joe Biden, I'd have felt the same way of like, let's not do that. Let's not do that.
The thing. That's what I'm talking about though. If it had happened to Joe Biden, all these people saying, or you should say, if you think that the joke is he shouldn't have missed. If you think that's funny, these are the same people that would have been clapping if it had happened to Joe Biden.
Yeah, and that's the thing is that we have lost humanity because I wouldn't have been saying that. I would have been saying that old man didn't deserve that. That was fucked up. Have some humanity and logic, people.
Get mad at the Trump joke about him. The guy should have missed. Are the same people that would have applauded. I know these people would have applauded if Biden got here. You can't tell me no different.
And there probably would have been a lot of them. Now, I wouldn't have applauded. I would have said that's a tragedy. That's not humanity. And that's the problem. We have lost humanity.
We left humanity in the 50s, bro. It was, look, for
Probably in the 70s for sure.
Well, people were too fucking high on weed.
Right, everybody was happy. That's the thing. Everybody was happy.
Half the country wasn't even humans, let alone had humanity.
Maybe that's what we should go back to. Everybody, boatload of weed. Get ready to register drugs. Let's bring in a boat. Oh, speaking of, I got something to show you after the show.
Oh, I want to see it?
I fucking yeah.
Okay. All right, well, let's end the show then.
All right.
Mr. KS, up, we out.
Huh? Yeah, where's that? 1 second. She's retrieving it. This is nicely glazed. Now, I'm sure living where you are, you've seen it and the same shit, but this is beautiful.
Is it a donut?
No.
You said nicely glazed, I don't know.
Nice. Just very pretty. Very pretty, bud.
Let me put you on the big screen right quick. Put it back onto the camera. Oh, shit.
Very pretty.
Is it sticky?
Oh, yeah, very sticky. Moon rock.
Oh, yeah. Man, you ever had the moon rock where if you touch it, it turns to dust?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
It's, I mean, you know, weed is now very kind of like, it's everywhere for the most part, but,
dude.
I mean, but shit, like this shit, I smoked it. I took like 2 hits out of the bowl, and I was sitting here like doing this number for a while. I was just sitting here.
I don't know if I told you, this was a while ago I seen it, or actually had it. It's just shit. It's THC, but it looks like coke. Have you seen that shit?
Did you snort it?
No.
Damn.
You can't. It's crumbly. It looks like coke, but it's too thick to snort.
I've seen people snort weed, and I'm like, what are you doing? Why are you doing?
You're not getting high that way.
That's not the way that works.
You can't get high smoking weed.
You have to smoke or ingest like an edible. Or
It has
it's
to
not.
be in your stream.
Yeah.
That's not good in your. But no, it's this white shit. It's almost like how they make hash, but it's white.
Yeah.
And you don't roll it by itself. You sprinkle.
Hey, guess what? I was still live on live